I want to show you guys the high probability trade that I use to only risk 12 points on NQ and make over 85 points. So this was a 1 to 7 plus risk to reward trade that I used the 15-minute London ORB double break strategy on, which thanks to Edgeful Reports, we know has about an 80% chance of playing out, which I made a whole video breaking that down last week, so make sure you check that out. But what I want to do in this video is I want to show you guys how I took the statistics from Edgeful and I applied it into my own trading system and my own trading experience. Now, in my trading system, what I use is 4 pillars to enter trades. What those 4 pillars are is 1, I need a level as a reference point. I get those levels from the hourly chart or I use the opening print. 2, I want my trades to be with trend. 3, I need either a buy setup or a sell setup to trigger. And 4, I want there to be multi-time frames aligning. I need multi-time frame confluence. And in this particular trade, we had all 4 of those setting up. So we had an A+ trade setup. Plus, maybe I need to add a 5th pillar to my trading strategy here, is I knew I was trading with the probabilities on my side. And I knew that from using the Edgeful statistics. Now let's check out this trade and see exactly what I used, how I used it, where I took my entries, where my take profit was, all that good stuff. Let's dive in and let's take a look at it. Okay, so this trade is from Thursday, September 5th, before market open during the New York session. So you can see we have our 15-minute orb low right here. We have our 15-minute orb high right here. Like I mentioned, we're playing the double break strategy. So we're waiting for it to break either above or below first. And once it breaks one side, we're looking to target a trade back down to the other side. In this particular instance, we break above the 15-minute orb high. So now we're looking for a short entry targeting the orb low. Now, this is 3 a.m. I'm still asleep at this point, but I do get up early. I'm up at 6:30. I'm at my charts. So around 6:30 a.m., I start taking a look, and I'm like, okay, we broke above the orb high. We sold off back underneath the overnight opening print, which is what this yellow line is, but we never break the orb low. Now, the chart starts to rally back up towards the opening print, sells off again, rallies back up towards the opening print, and we actually test the overnight opening print and we start to reject it. At this point, this is looking like a good setup to me. This 5-minute candle tests higher into the opening print. It rejects a little bit. The following candle then breaks below this candle's low, starting to fail the opening print. And a sell setup needs to happen when we are with trend, right? And I wouldn't call this the cleanest 5-minute downtrend ever, but I would say that is a valid 5-minute downtrend because we tested above the opening print. We sold off pretty decently underneath. Yes, we're still trying to rally a little bit here, but we're still underneath the overnight opening print. So technically, I think we're still in a 5-minute downtrend. Also, I had this hourly level down here that we had not yet tested. So when those things are all lining up, okay, I have an hourly level down below that's been close to being tested but hasn't been tested. I have the 15-minute orb low, which I know has an 80% chance of having a double break, which is yet to happen. This felt like a good trade-up setup to me. And if you look at the weekly chart, we're in the process of a weekly sell setup triggering from last week. If you look at the daily chart, I would argue it is in a daily downtrend. If you look at the 15-minute chart, we have a bit of a double top, still in a downtrend on the 15-minute chart. So I have multiple time frames aligning. That box is checked. We're in a downtrend. That box is checked. We have a sell setup triggering. That box is checked. And we have a level as a reference point, which is the opening print. Boom, that box is checked. So this has checked all 4 of my boxes, and boom, 5, we add the 5th box. We're trading with the probabilities on our side, and we know this from Edgeful statistics. So what we do is we take an entry on the break below that 5-minute candle. So our entry is at 18,955 or 18,956. Our stop is above this candle's high. So our stop is around 18,957, or I'm sorry, 18,968, 18,967, somewhere right around there. And our target is this orb low down here, which is about 85 points away. Plus we have a level, another 20 points below that. And we actually sold through that level pretty nicely. And I was able to move my stop. I eventually got stopped out in profit for close to 100 points in profit. But that's it. That's the trade setup I took. I used the 5-minute as my entry, using the 15-minute double break orb strategy, risking 12 points to make over 85 points. A++ setup, ladies and gentlemen.